guys, welcome. It's your buddy Keith here live in the control room at the one and only world famous Essex Recording Studios, just outside London in Southend-on-Sea, England, baby. And today I've got the most insane story for you. It's story time. Post Malone somehow discovered our studio and our Dave Mustaine Megadeth guitar and decided on a $3 million shopping spree with GQ magazine that he'd have that. It's this guitar right here. I'm holding it in my very own hands, and this belonged to Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. He signed it twice. It's his own personal signature model. It's a USA custom shop guitar that he toured all around the world with Megadeth. And yeah, Post Malone somehow found it on the internet and said, I'll take that. So we're going to tell you all about what happened, the story behind the Post Malone GQ bananas shopping spree, the story behind this guitar, how I got it, and meeting Dave Mustaine at Wembley Arena. It's madness after madness after madness. Crazy story, crazy series of events that went from Rolling Stone to Guitar World magazine to like every print magazine in the world about guitars. Then fast forward a couple years, GQ magazine, Post Malone, 25 million followers on Instagram. Holy smokes. We're gonna talk about all of it. But first, we have to watch the channel's intro. All right, guys, welcome back. Thanks for watching that intro. I paid a lot of money for it. Yes, it is story time. Post Malone bought our Dave Mustaine USA custom shop Megadeth guitar, personally owned by Dave Mustaine, and toured all around the world with Megadeth. Kind of. We'll get into that. So, yeah, the story begins. First of all, we should start with the guitar. How in the world did I get Dave Mustaine's personal Dean guitar that he played on tour and used with Megadeth? Well, that's a story that went viral a couple years ago. Reverb.com was having a special sale where Dave Mustaine was selling off all of his guitars, and I famously, or infamously as some people would say, bought the whole lot. I just went in there and clicked buy, got it all, brought it to the studio so that artists could continue the legacy of these instruments and record with them, which we've done, actually. Quite a bit of recording. It's been awesome. Guitar World, who was first to break it? Reddit? Well, I was first to break it. I made a video on YouTube that went kind of viral. I got tens of thousands of views saying, you know, hey guys, it was me. It was Essex Recording Studios. We've got all the guitars coming through. That then went viral on Reddit. All the guitar channels on YouTube carried the story, like Trogley's. That was insane. And then Rolling Stone actually interviewed Dave Mustaine and told him about how we bought his guitars and asked him what did he think about it. And he said, that's really cool. In fact, you know, if I ever get the chance to meet the guy, I'll gladly sign all of them. Well, I said, wait a second. Megadeth's playing in London in like 2 months. This was like 2019 to 2020. Yeah, let's bring all the guitars to Wembley Arena and let's meet the team and get them signed and have a little chat about like music, guitars, and life. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. I reached out to the writer of the Rolling Stones article. They reached out to Dave's management, and we just made it happen. There's a whole video of that. That's really cool. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel because that will be released soon. Megadeth's got a new album coming out. We actually have a lot of Megadeth stuff here. Their producer, Andy Sneap, brought their drum kit that was used on the Endgame album and played with the Big Four and the Sonosphere tour. We have that here at the studio too. We have a lot of crazy artist-owned stuff, like Dimebag Darrell's last guitar he ever ordered, Vinnie Paul's entire personal snare collection. We like to have really cool stuff, especially in rock and metal, that has a story and where we can continue that story with the artists that decide to come work with us. So that's how we got this crazy guitar that I'm holding in my hands right here. And we'll show you some up-close details of it in a little bit. So make sure you check the chapters in the description. If you want to fast forward, you can always do that to see the up-close details. By the way, well, we'll get into this next bit a little bit later. All right, so GQ magazine, Post Malone. What happened? Well, I come into the studio one day and producer Chris, who's in one of the other rooms over here at the studio, comes running up the stairs going, Keith, this is amazing, mate. Well done. Absolutely incredible with you and Post Malone. And I said, Chris, what are you talking about, dude? And he's like, yeah, Post Malone. You bought your guitar. I said, what are you talking about? It's like, it's all over the internet. It's all over GQ magazine. He went on a huge shopping spree. He bought your Megadeth guitar. I said, no way. I might have used a little more colorful language than that, but yeah, no way, dude. Are you for real? And I'm like racing to check my phone because I get little ka-chings. I love that sound from like eBay and Reverb and my website anytime we sell a guitar. And I didn't get a ka-ching. There was no ka-ching. So I'm in my bank account and I'm in my store and I'm like, where's the sale? Where is it? What happened? And he's like, oh, it's probably pending, man. You got to go watch the video. So I race over to my computer, pull up YouTube. I'm searching furiously. Post Malone buys my guitar. And there's the video. And it's got, I don't know how many at this time, maybe around 500,000 views. And sure enough, Post Malone is in my guitar shop online, the Essex Recording Studios guitar shop online on Reverb, actually. And he's there and he's reading like every word I've typed. And he's like, this is awesome. I think he even goes as far as to say, this is a reasonable price. All right. Well, yeah. So I'm just watching this. I'm like, this is incredible. I mean, this guy's one of the biggest names in music today. And he's got 25 million Instagram followers. And it's just pretty surreal to see a guy who's like, he's in major movies, he's doing everything, he's crushing it in the entertainment industry, top of the mountain, top of the game. And here he is reading my advertising copy, essentially, my marketing, my story time about this Dave Mustaine guitar. And then he's like, all right, well, I can't pick everything. I had to be selective on this shopping spree, $3 million shopping spree. Let's see, there's a Dallas Cowboys helmet. He's like, I already know everybody on the Dallas Cowboys team and I already have too much of their stuff. So then, funny enough, I had no idea, a Magic the Gathering Black Lotus card he was looking at. And funny story, I'm actually a big Magic the Gathering fan. I played it like religiously through high school. My brother Richie, who I've mentioned before, got me into Star Trek, got me into everything cool and nerdy. Got me into Magic the Gathering, and he actually had Alpha and Beta series cards. So when I saw Post Malone being into Magic and looking at this Black Lotus card, I'm like, which was I think way more money, by the way, I was like, oh man, there's no way he's buying the guitar. He's gonna buy the Black Lotus then. He goes through everything, and then just and we'll have a link to the video in the description, a link to this guitar, and a link to the GQ video. But yeah, he goes through and sure enough, ka-ching, on the video, he checks out and buys this guitar. He buys Dave Mustaine's Megadeth tour-used guitar. Kind of. So I'm like watching the video and I'm like, where's the sale? I'm on my Reverb thing. I'm looking at pending orders. There's nothing there. So then we fast forward and through the video, I'm watching like the whole thing. I can't remember how long the video is. I think it's like 20 minutes long. And it's like, oh, it's a notional shopping spree. It's what he would buy if he was given a $3 million shopping spree in real life. Womp, womp, womp. Yeah, so Post Malone did not actually purchase my Dave Mustaine signed Megadeth guitar, but he would if somebody else gave him $3 million. So fair enough. I mean, that's generous. That's incredible, because I could think of a gazillion other things Post Malone might want to buy, like some fancy watches. Post, if you're watching this, by the way, we still have your guitar here. Tell me where to send the bill. And yeah, your buddy Keith over here in England is actually a huge fan of your music, and also of Dave Mustaine. Rock on. And fancy schmancy watches. I'm a big Breitling guy. And for those that don't know, Post Malone has an epic watch collection. There's a video of that. I think it's another GQ video with like millions of views. But his watch collection puts mine to shame, obviously. But I do have some really, really cool, very, very rare ones, including I've got a Breitling Navitimer that was given by Saddam Hussein to one of his pilots in like the Iran-Iraq War and the Gulf War era, and was used in like actual operations, has pilot markings on it. That's crazy. If you notice in the intro, we've got a studio Bentley Mulsanne with a producer license plate. Well, I've got a collection of Breitling Bentley, really, really rare watches. This one's an 18 karat rose gold Bentley Breitling one. There's not many of them, very, very few made. So yeah, we got the watches in common. We got the Magic the Gathering in common. We got the Dave Mustaine Megadeth in common. I mean, Post Malone, Posty, you just got to come do your next record here. I'll tell you what, it's on the house. You want to do a record? We've got the best stuff in the world, best outboard equipment, best mics, best of the best of the best of the best, sir. Yeah, so hopefully your management, your team, you end up seeing this video and you decide that you'd like to come to jolly old England and make a record, and we're here for you, dude. Absolutely. In fact, you can even record on this guitar. Haha! Yeah, and I'll definitely have to reach out to Post management and see if he wants to carry through with his purchase in case he does end up finding an extra $3 million laying around. But I'll tell you what, I'd send it to him. Like, if he wanted to tour with it, I think that would be so cool and such an awesome part of this thing's story where, like, it toured with Dave Mustaine and then now it tours with Post Malone. How cool would that be? In the comments, give us some ideas. What else do you think would be cool with this guitar and Post Malone? I don't know. I don't even think it's out of genre. I think it would just look awesome. But yeah, so that's part of the story. And after I bought this guitar, yeah, the Dave Mustaine collection, it all went viral. Then we met Dave Mustaine, which nobody's seen that footage yet. It's really, really cool. And to this day, I still stay in touch with some of the team, and like his son Justice writes me once in a while. We write back and forth. But yeah, just really, really cool, really special stuff. I think it's incredible how much mileage you can get out of something like buying someone's guitar. And then next thing you know, that story's in like every major rock and metal magazine and forum and blog in the world. Then you get to meet the guy who had it and meet the whole band and see everybody backstage, and you get that experience. And then we went and put some up for sale to raise some funds for the studio. Not all of them have sold. Obviously, we still have this one. And then that got tons of press through all of the print media and blogs and websites and forums and stuff. And then Post Malone sees it, and then it goes to GQ magazine, and it's just like, whew, it's pretty cool. And aside from that, guys, I think now that we've talked about this guitar for so long, you need to have a closer look. All right, so let's change the angles up, and I'll show you all the cool details, because the artwork's incredible, the signature's cool. I'm looking at it right now, and actually in the back of the headstock, it's listed as Dave's #1 guitar. It's got some gaffer tape, like guitar #1. Really, really cool. And then, of course, the case is awesome because it's got like airport stickers from all around the world on it. Yeah. So we're going to switch up the angles and have a closer look at the guitar that Post Malone still owes me some money for. All right, guys. So here is this absolutely insane Megadeth guitar in its case. It's got the signature there. We've got the certificate of authenticity signed by Dave from Reverb. And yeah, I mean, this is exactly to his spec, design, and order. The case has it listed as Vic Chick USAV. And that's, I guess, because it's kind of like there's Vic Rattlehead, which is the Megadeth mascot. He's right there. And then behind him is this really cool looking, like Terminator type looking chick. Thus, the Vic Chick. And the case says Guitar 33, but on the back of the headstock, we'll show you in a second here, is actually #1, which is pretty rad. It's got Dave's signature USA live wire, Seymour Duncan pickups, and the standard 2-tone 1-volume configuration for the control knobs, along with the 3-way pickup selector. String through, just a very visually striking animal of a guitar. The case has this kind of crushed velvet texture all the way around, and a lot of tour stickers from like Argentina. I think there's one from LA. Lots of cool stuff. Coming around over here, let's just show the headstock. There's his signature Dean guitars. At the time when I got this, actually, and when I met him, there was rumors that he was going to Gibson, and I brought it up, and it kind of caught him and his management by surprise. In reality, nearly a year later, he had moved on to Gibson, and there was a big announcement with Gibson and Kramer Guitars, who is owned by Gibson, that yes, indeed, he has his own new signature models with them. And I guess you know when Dave Mustaine is changing guitar companies, because he makes a habit of selling off all of his old ones with the previous brand. Okay, so on the back here, you can see, if we want to get in focus, let's see here, there we go. Dave's silhouette, made in USA, 2017 model, number one. Strap locks that he has that are recessed. Still has the plastic on the back. Well done, Dave. Little gaffer tape over the battery cover so it doesn't fly open while he's rocking and rolling. And then there's the string ferrules on the back for where the string through goes. All right, the jack. Yeah, just a heck of a guitar. So, Posty, if you're watching this, there's a little bit of a better view that you might not have seen on the Reverb listing in our online guitar shop. And yeah, you can see that Dave did indeed sign this with us in person backstage at Wembley Arena. And the legacy can be continued by you or someone else, anyone else watching this. Indeed, if you head on over to EssexRecordingStudios.com. That's our website. That's the spelling. Where's another logo? There's one. EssexRecordingStudios.com. You can see this guitar, you can buy it, and we can send it absolutely anywhere in the world. Let's see the tour case real fast. Also, American buyers. Yes, this is on Reverb.com where Post Malone saw it, but you can save some cash by buying directly through our website, because there is no online internet sales tax that you get charged on sites like Reverb, eBay, Amazon, and any of that stuff. All right, so what do we got here? We've got some tour stickers there. What does that say? Bangalore. All right, Bangalore. This one I think is Argentina. There. This one's too faded. Let's go ahead and just close the case and flip it over. Oh, big old heavy honking case. So we've got, I'll just put it upside down here. All right, we've got a few on top of each other. There, Sao Paulo, Brazil. This thing's been to Brazil. Incredible. LAX, Los Angeles. Anything else? Yeah, India. Absolutely nuts. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. That is Post Malone's Dave Mustaine Megadeth signature guitar, toured around the world. Very, very cool. I'm signing off. This is your buddy Keith. Let's see if we can do a little selfie mode on this. Little selfie mode. Boom, there we go. So yes, hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for hanging out with me at the studio, hearing story time about Post Malone buying my Dave Mustaine Megadeth signature guitar. Kind of. And I hope you got a kick out of it. If you like the story, give us a super thanks. It helps keep the lights on over here and buy more cool stuff like Dave Mustaine's guitars. And definitely make sure you subscribe, because there's way more stories coming and way more cool guitars coming. And aside from that, I think that's about it. We'll catch you next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you want to see more content from the studio, click up here and up here to see the latest vids. And make sure you join our family by clicking subscribe and like. It's one of these two. Thanks a lot, guys. And if you really liked what you saw, hit super like. See you next time.